Gehrman, the first hunter, is probably the guy responsible for all of this mess. He was there 100 years ago when it started, and he's here now to guide you through the hunter's dream. When you reach him at the end of the game, he gives you the choice. He's in the Lumen Flower Garden, which you've seen in several places. There's a lot of connections to the history and the present time. He gives you a choice of whether or not to end the dream and go back to normal, which you can refuse.
Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
You can submit, and Gehrman kills you, and you wake up just like he said, like nothing new. Or you refuse, and you have to fight him.
Dear, oh dear. What was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes. Tonight, Gehrman joins the hunt.
So Gehrman is a hunter, just like all the others, and he fights pretty similarly, a trick weapon and a gun for the most part. The only difference is his particular weapon, the burial blade. He has a giant scythe, making him, you know, the symbol of your death and rebirth or whatever at the end. So, but like I said, fighting him is the same. You can parry a lot of his attacks. Sometimes you can't. He's got poise. It's just up to you to get used to learning the attacks and how aggressive you can be. Just like fighting Father Gascoigne, you can wail on him 2 or 3 times, but eventually he's going to counter. He's either going to shoot you or poise through with an attack of his own. That one where he yanks you in with the scythe, if you just roll towards him, you'll be fine afterward. If you try to roll away, he's going to clobber you. But plenty of attacks can be parried, especially when he charges up. You can hit him right as he lets go. You just have to get used to which ones you'd rather dodge and hit him, or which ones you'd rather parry and hit him. It's really not much more complex than that. His movements can be a little bit awkward sometimes. He covers ground really quickly. He dashes forward a lot. Kind of like Lady Maria, only more of his body movement, right? Stuff like that. Lady Maria actually does that too. It's more of him moving his body forward than the breadth of his weapon. Maria's weapons had huge ranges. Gehrman's not quite like that. He just moves quickly. So you continue to do your thing. You look for your parries. He does have a second phase, which honestly doesn't change a whole lot when he gets to about half health. It doesn't really change his moveset. He gains like 1 or 2, but it's the same deal, right? You just look for your opportunities to either dodge or this is a good one I can parry. See, that roll that Father Gascoigne doesn't parry as well for Gehrman. Whatever he does out of it is not as straightforward for you to parry. There, he activates his second phase and he starts glowing. But like I said, it doesn't change a whole lot. It maybe adds 1 or 2 of his moves, but it's kind of trivial. He doesn't get faster or anything like that. Still vulnerable to parries. He doesn't regen health or anything like that. He just kind of glows. He can also use Old Hunter Bone, I believe, to change his dashes into the dust teleport. Just makes him a little bit more invulnerable as he moves around, but not that big a deal overall to you, especially when you can do that. When you can stay a mile away from him and look for the opportunities to parry and just run in and get him, you don't need to be close. There's no need to be close and risking yourself getting counter hit. Just wait for your moments. It all kind of works the same. If you dodge toward him, he'll miss by a mile. The jumping attack is tricky. Just watch out for that one, and everything else is pretty much simple at this point.